Welcome to the Grand Ole Opry. Now, howdy, partners, and come on in. I got something you ought to know.
That's why I love that band. Hello and welcome to the Heart of Markness, episode 44. Should have done my due diligence. What episode is it? You tell me. Can you tell me? I can't hear you. It is episode 45. Holy shit. Welcome to episode 45 of the Heart of Markness. And as you can tell, yep, it's going to be one of those fast but loose podcasts. And the reason is because I just listened to the remastered soundboard recording of Osaka, September 28th, 1971, that was recently released. And holy smokes, it is good. Not only is it good, it's fun. I can't really judge it against the ever-popular September 29th show, which has been out forever, like 45, 50 years. Well, not 50, but, you know, a long time. And this just happened. But it is fun, and I love it. And that little ditty was just a little ditty in between songs that the boys did. There was a lot of that. They did a little bit of the Beatles, Please Please Me, I Want to Hold Your Hand. Not really enough, and not cohesive enough to play for you. I thought about it, but it's really just Robert singing it, and Bonzo picking up with the drums for a second, and Jimmy trying to find, not knowing the song and trying to kind of figure out how to play it, and not, just a little. It didn't work. It didn't come together. It didn't cohere. Much like me at the moment. So I didn't do that, but there are some yummy things that I'm going to play for you, and you already heard one of them. Super fun. You hear the laughter at the end of that? The boys were having a great time. Everybody was upbeat and happy. They were Led Zeppelin. They were tight but loose, and Jesus Christ, it's great. So, what do you need to know? Listen, anything you need to know about the Japanese tour, I talked about on the earlier podcasts about the Japanese tour, Osaka, September 29th. Suffice it to say, it was September 28th, 1971, and Led Zeppelin was in Japan, playing a theater auditorium in Osaka. And, just so happens, it was recorded. There's a lot of different versions, aspects of the story of the recordings of the Japanese shows. I believe that the shows were professionally recorded by whatever record company distributed Zeppelin in Japan. And it was done on either substandard equipment or it was a substandard mix, like just didn't sound great to the boys. And the reasons, I guess, is where the disparities lie, the reasons for that. I've read that it was done on a 6-track recorder, which I'd never heard of. I could see if you chained together 2 4-tracks and had 1 track from each as a sync track to lock it up. How many would that give you? 8? 6. Yay, Mark does math. Welcome to Mark Does Math. Today, 4. I'm scared of 4. So, anyways, there was word that Peter Grant had said back in the day, Peter Grant, Led Zeppelin's manager, that for some reason Philips, the Philips company, comes to mind as being behind that. I don't know. That's just something that popped up in my noodle because it's percolating. But Peter Grant listened to the tapes and was not impressed. Jimmy was not impressed. And Peter, I think, said wiped the tapes, or that Jimmy listened to them, wiped them, and used them over, which is bullshit because, A, Jimmy's not going to wipe tapes and reuse them, even though he's allegedly cheap, because, it fucks with the sound quality. Or if he did, it would be hilarious. But the tapes apparently existed. I don't know if this is the official tapes from the multitrack or a clandestine recording off the feed as they played it, or whatever. I don't know where it came from. It sounds great. It's soundboard. It's wonderful. The release that Empress Valley put out for $8 million. And then they were dicks about it on the BitTorrent sites, like, don't share this. This is copyrighted, or this is our property. It's like, you dicks, you're selling bootlegs of somebody else's recording. Anywho, but it came out. It was unbalanced. It sounded unbalanced because the high frequencies in the left channel went about 2 kilohertz higher in range than in the right channel, so it sounded lopsided. So this gentleman, let me see, and maybe I can not be a dickhead and actually read the notes from this live. Well, not live, but live to you. Funny thing about live is that when I am no longer alive, you can listen to this and someone can hear me saying this, although I myself will no longer be alive. All right, who. He's got notes, but he doesn't say who he is. All right, does he say who he is? Led Zeppelin Rarities. Oh my God, I'm an asshole. The YouTube user Led Zeppelin Rarities. And if you go on YouTube, you should subscribe to that channel, Led Zeppelin Rarities, because it's great stuff. He puts together, he kind of does what I do. Instead of talking and just playing excerpts of Zeppelin shows, he uploads them, and he gets the best versions he can. Sometimes he remasters, sometimes he makes compilations. It's a great channel, and it's great, if you're working in your office or wherever, to have it on in the background. It's a great source for Zeppelin bootlegs, and usually he offers full download links. I don't know if those are temporary or whatnot, but typically you can go there and listen to the show and then download the version of it if you'd like. All right, my 19th digression. 5 more, and I get a badge. Okay. Yes. Anyways, he took out the unbalance. He took the left channel and used that on both sides, making it mono. I mean, it was essentially a mono recording anyway. And then did some studio magic, or it probably in the same program I'm using to do this, but he knows how to use it better than I. I know how to use it competently for what I want to do. I can't do much more than this. I've tried. I have such grand ideas. La 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 la. Yes, it's great. So anyways, he took all the bad out of it that he could and added some good, and it sounds much, much better, and it's super enjoyable and clear, and it's just amazing that this shit is still coming out. That hasn't been heard before. I mean, the show has been out in audience recordings. Not as many and not as good as the next night, the 29th, but it's still been out there. People know what this show sounds like, or what they played in the performance, but people haven't heard it with this clarity. And now you're some of those people who are about to hear it in this clarity. What clarity, Mark? You already know because you already heard some of it. Come on now, catch up. Yeah, it is one of those nights. Sorry. I am enthused having just listened to this, and I don't want to just rush it tomorrow or run in not fresh from listening to it and go, I don't know. If this is terrible, I'll delete it. Oh, it might be terrible because I've been talking for 8 minutes. Okay, well, let's get to the music, shall we? All right, first thing I'm going to play is a killer version. Yes, you've heard versions of it, and you heard a version last week, I think. I'm sorry. It's a great song. Since I've Been Loving You. It's an amazing performance. The fluidity of Jimmy's playing, the richness of his tone, and for the shit I gave Bonzo last week for in 77 with his loud drums, boom, boom. He does the same shit on this tape. It just doesn't sound as Hammer of the Godsy. I mean, doesn't sound like Thor. Anyways, they're playing fantastically. Robert's voice is amazing. They're obviously in good spirits, and they're just... I love them. I love this version of the band, and the fact that they were so fucked up and dysfunctional at the end, personally, either from tragedy or from addiction or more addiction or just being disenchanted with the band and kind of phoning it in. Whatever even then at the end they were still great, or if not great, then good enough. But here they're just amazing. It's just amazing. It's like it's like God rays. You know, in the clouds, you have a gray cloud-filled sky, oppressive, and it cracks through, and you get the sunbeams coming through like it's, baby Jesus out there smiling at you. It's the auditory equivalent of that, and it's good for you. It's good for you to hear this. There's something vital and healthy and holy about amazing music. And this is four amazing musicians. Did I have a stroke? All the cylinders are firing. These are four amazing musicians at the top of their game. Not only are they amazing musicians, they're amazing bandmates. And egos aren't getting in the way, and they're not proving themselves like they were at the very beginning when they're like, listen to us, this is who we are, this is why we're awesome. They got our attention, and now they have our interest. So they're preening and saying this is why we said hey, look. And they're just man, it's a beautiful thing to see. It's a work of art. It's why we're here, man. All right. Since I've Been Loving You, September 28th, 1971, Osaka, Japan. Heart of Markness. See you in a little bit.
Oh, my tears, they fell like rain. Baby, 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 baby. Baby, 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 baby. Now do you remember, Mama, when I knocked upon your door? You had the nerve to tell me you didn't want me no more. Out of my front door, I hear my back door slam. I think I must have what I do. You never bend up, man. I've been working from 7 to 11 every night. It's a drag. Oh, yeah. I don't think that's right. Baby, baby, since I've been loving you now, about you, I worry mine. Arigato. I have a terrible problem with my shoes nightly. They keep coming undone. But tonight you will be more than happy. And thank you. This is one from many moons ago. It's called, no, I'll leave you to guess. Mr. Jones?
Well, lovely, right? Fun, right? Amazingly tight and great and wonderful and seemingly effortless. Like a runner or an athlete, a peak athlete at the height of their game, where they just make it look effortless because it is. It's just flowing. Like a river. Like a river, Mark? Why did you say like a river? Well, first of all, it's a figure of speech. I didn't coin the phrase. Are you sure, Mark? You're pretty brilliant and smart. Am I really? Uh-huh. And handsome. Oh, really? Thank you. I heard you. I know what's in your heart. Okay. Well, this is becoming progressively more difficult as you know, marijuana is legal in the state of Oregon. And just across this, well, not across the street, it's a little ways away, but walking distance, is a lovely dispensary where you can just walk in off the street, head held high, not even with like porn shop shame, just head held high. And it's a beautiful environment of wood and just unbelievably friendly people, and it's classy looking joint. They make it look classy. And you can just walk in and buy marijuana and marijuana products, propane accessories. So last night I procured a little jar of these. They're little coffee hard candies. Taste like coffee, have coffee in them, And they also have some, like, a 4.7 milligrams of THC, which is not that much. So I took one, went along my merry way, doing my thing. And I also smoked a little bit of marijuana, which, again, by itself, not a big deal. But I smoked the marijuana, got a nice little buzz, and said, oh, I want to do my podcast because this is awesome, as you heard. But in the background, this candy is being absorbed into my body, and it's starting to build. And, you know, as it's building, it takes a little while to cross the threshold of perception. And I guess the best visual image of what's happening is like the 1970s TV show Car Chase, where the person's driving and, you know, la, 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 happy music. And he kind of glances in the rearview mirror because he's a safe driver. And, you know, back on the horizon is a little dot of an approaching motorist. And he la, 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 smiling as the sun shines on him. And, you know, it's some leather-faced guy that's like 40, because back in the 70s, 40 was 50. And then he looks in the rearview mirror again, checking his mirrors, safe driver, and the car's a little closer. Nothing to be alarmed about. You know, la, 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 checks again. The car's definitely closer now, so it's coming up fast. So it's a little bit to, like, take notice. He does a little bit of a double take. And then, of course, then the car, next time he looks, it's on his ass, and then there's a problem, and now it's turned into a chase or a murder. It depends. Or a horror movie. So there's that kind of dun 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 dun. Wait a minute, this is not a nice road trip after all. Conflict. So that's what's going on now. It's amping up, and I'm sure it'll be fine. But we'll see if the center holds. If not, I'll tap out and finish the rest tomorrow. And you'll be able to tell. Because tomorrow I'll be like, good evening. As we were saying, Led Zeppelin is a British rock band from the 1970s. Whereas now it's more blah. So let's get on with it, shall we? Thank you for listening to this. I hope it's enjoyable. All right. What did we listen to? Since I've Been Loving You. All right. Oh, I know what I want to play for you. I want to play for you a little suite of songs. A trio of songs from the acoustic set. And here they play Tangerine just the same way they play it the next night in Osaka. Well, they're in Osaka, but the 29th. When Bonzo disappears, and they're like, where's Bonzo? So I said, I thought for the last 35 years, or however long I've had this, the 29th show, that was a unique occurrence. Like, this is the only truly acoustic Tangerine that they did out of fear because Bonzo left. No, they did an acoustic Tangerine, and it's virtually the same. But the harmony singing is amazing. Harmony singing, Mark? Yeah. Who's harmony singing? I gotta think it's Jimmy. Because Bonzo, it has the same kind of harmonies as the next night, but much more distinct and much more consistent. And as we know, Bonzo wasn't around the next night for Tangerine. So he couldn't have been singing it. So it's got to be Jimmy or it's got to be Jonesy. And Jonesy, we know how Jonesy sings. So that just leaves Jimmy. And it's legit harmonies. Beautiful harmonies. And that carries on through the next song that they do after. They start with We Shall Overcome. We shall overcome. And then they go into Tangerine. And then they go into the old gospel, Down by the Riverside. Gonna lay down my burden down by the riverside. They do that. And they do it. And it sounds like the fucking band. It sounds like the band. Not the band like what band? The band. Robbie Robertson and those guys. And it's just fucking amazing. The chameleon-like way Zeppelin can just twist and turn and just morph. They were like the musical version of David... Well, the musical version of David Bowie. No, but you know how like Bowie would be a new character and morph. Thin White Duke, you know, Ziggy Stardust, and all that stuff, and just be that for a mode. Zeppelin does that in a show. They just shift gears and suddenly they're the band, or they shift gears and they sound like The Who, or they shift gears and they're playing these Chicago blues legit, Or they'll shift gears and do a little bit of Delta blues, just 12 bars. And in that 12 bars, the Delta blues are there. You feel the soul of it. It's got to come from all the session playing that Jonesy and Jimmy did. And Robert and Bonzo are just fucking geniuses. But man, it works. It works. And it's not like Zeppelin's a niche band. This is, I mean, I'm hyping Coca-Cola here. Everybody loves Coca-Cola. Pizza is what I'm doing. I'm having a pizza appreciation podcast. I don't have to sell you on this. Everybody loves pizza. Everybody loves pizza. So, let's, enough of me, and let's listen to this trio of songs, We Shall Overcome, Tangerine, and then Down by the Riverside, and listen to it. Listen to Down by the Riverside and hear the harmonies and hear Jonesy come in with his organ sounding like Garth Hudson or Richard Manuel from the band. And my fucking God, I love this band. I've been listening to him for almost 40 years as a crazy fan. Well, I'm crazy and a fan. And they still surprise me and they still thrill me. This is the best relationship I've been in. All right, here you go. I'll see you on the other side.
We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. Fill songs. Oh, deep in my heart. I do believe we shall overcome someday. Hang on, whoa, whoa, whoa. Measuring the summer's day. Only find it slips away to gray. The hours they bring me pain. Tangerine, tangerine, living reflection of a dream. I was her love, she was my queen, and now 1,000 years between, thinking how it used to be. Does she still remember times like these? Think of us again, and I do, yeah. Reflection of a dream. I was her love, my queen. And now 1,000 years my burden down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside. Oh, lay down my burden down by the riverside. I ain't gonna study war no more. I ain't gonna study war no more. Ain't gonna study war no more. I ain't gonna study war no more. I'm gonna lay down my shoulder shield down by the riverside, down by the riverside, oh, down by the riverside. I'm gonna lay down my shoulder shield down by the riverside. I ain't gonna study war no more. I ain't gonna study war no more. Ain't gonna study war no more. Study war no more. I'm gonna lay down my burden down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside. I'm gonna lay down my burden down by the riverside. I ain't gonna study war no more. Ain't gonna study war no more. Ain't gonna study war no more. Study war no more. Study war no more. Ain't gonna study war no more. Ain't gonna study war no more.
What more could you ask for? Oh my God. Fun. That was fun, and that was good. And you get what I mean by it sounded like the band? Or, yeah, the band. That's what I meant. I was thinking Bob Dylan when he went electric, but that was with the band. And, fun, beautiful, multi-talented. And from there, they went into the song that the podcast opened with. They got electric and went with the Grand Old Opry thing. And then from there, they went into this. What is and what should never be. There's not million, but there's several different live releases of this that you can get officially. And but it's a fun song. It's a fun song, and it's a fun song. And it's an ensemble piece. Because, I mean, for most of the song, Jimmy's just and you're listening to Jonesy's bass line and Bonzo's drumming. And Robert's singing. So yeah, dig it. It's good. This show is good. Oh my God. I'm so happy. Here you go. See you in a bit. Oh, this is going to be a long podcast, apparently, because we're at 37 minutes. And I still haven't asked you to become a patron yet. So just go to Patreon, Heart of Markness. If you like this podcast and you like this madness, become a patron. Help keep it happening. Keep me happy. Make the world a better place. All right. See you in a bit.
And if I say to you tomorrow, take my hand, child, come with me, yeah. It's to a castle I will take you. But what's to be, they say will be. Can the wind see his man sail away in the day when I'm high in the sky? But the wind won't blow, really blow, all he goes is done. And you will be mine by taking our time. And if you say to me tomorrow, oh, what fun it all would be, yeah. What's to stop us, pretty baby? But what is and what should never be. And the wind sees me sail away in the day when I'm high in the sky. The wind won't blow, really should go, only goes is done. You will be mine by taking our time. If you wake up with a sunrise and all your dreams are still as new, yeah. And happiness is what everybody needs so bad. Well, let me tell you, the answer lies with you. And the wind sees me sail away in the day when I'm high in the sky. And the wind won't blow, really blow, only goes is done. By taking our time. It's our greatest and most honourable pleasure, as often as possible. And as the man said in sort of pidgin English, ladies and gentlemen, it's your old friend for a summer season.
And then they go into Moby Dick. So, with the exception of Since I've Been Loving You, every song you've heard tonight has been in sequence leading up to this moment. So, we start with We Shall Overcome, Tangerine, Lay Down My Burden Down by the Riverside, Grand Ole Opry. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Grand Ole Opry. And What Is and What Should Never Be, into Moby Dick. And there's got to be, what, 10, 11 minutes of music? Surely no more than 15. All flowing in one block by four guys. That spectrum of music, half of which was one time only. Improvised, or if not improvised, just fucked around with earlier in the day and played. God bless them. God bless them. This is why I focus more on the earlier years, because there's more of this spontaneity and sparkle. And I fucking love it. And I hope you do too. All right, we're done. We're done. We're done. There, those are my readings. Remember on The Simpsons when Krusty the Clown goes in to the recording studio to record the voices for the Tickle Me Krusty, or the little talking Krusty the Clown doll, and he just walks in with the cue cards and his cigarette, goes into the studio and goes, hey, again, hey, and just reads through the lines and then just leaves. Learn from a professional, kid. Yeah, that made me think of it. What made you think of it? I don't remember. I'm stoned. All right, let's wrap it up. Follow me on Twitter. Get some more of this. Twitter, Heart of Markness. I'm not there as much as I am on Facebook because I'm older and Twitter is just... It's Twitter. Facebook is Facebook, but I mean, I ignore all the bullshit and just pretty much focus on my Led Zeppelin group. So follow me on the join the my Led Zeppelin group on Facebook. What's it called? Heart of Markness. I know. Join. I post stuff in there. You post stuff in there. We talk. We get to know one another. You make a suggestion or a correction like, hey, Dickface, that wasn't the Fillmore. That was the Winterland. And I say, oops, thank you. Yes, it's true. This man has a dick on his face. Yeah, right. Facebook, Twitter. Oh, yes, heartofmarkness.com. Man, I have been neglecting that. I don't know why. Websites are so passé, you know. Everything else is there. But check it out. There's a bunch of shit there. It's good. There will be stuff there again. I will eventually become so fed up with myself that I'll just do a giant dump and catch up on the website, people. And catch up all the missing content. But ideally, you can go to my website and get the podcast that you're listening to now, because how else would you get it, right? But get the shows, whole shows, like this entire show, 928, I will share with you and give a link where you can download it and listen to the whole goddamn thing yourself. And yes, Patreon. Seriously, if you like the show, it's what people do. Consider becoming a patron. $5 a month, I'll read your name. And you're like, and? Give you a sticker. One way make my stickers, which will be soon. What's soon mean, Mark? It means not now. But I will make stickers, god damn it. And you'll get one. And you'll get a discount on the merchandise that I will make also, god damn it. And but basically, it's here, $5 a month. I like this. This has value. I put this out every week. You get to listen to some cool Led Zeppelin. Maybe you hear shit you haven't heard before. Maybe you don't. Maybe it's stuff you listen to. But, I mean, I've heard from the whole spectrum of people, from like, holy shit, I didn't know bootlegs were a thing, to, hey, I'm a collector. I've listened to these shows. I haven't listened to it in years. Or my reading or my take on this performance made them go back and appreciate it in a new light. So I mean, there's a lot here. I mean, basically, it's Led Zeppelin. If you like classic rock, I'm not playing garbage most of the time. Sometimes I play the firm. And this is a good one tonight. Jeremy, I hope you're laughing, man. All right, patrons, all hail. Everybody, I'm standing up right now. Are you? No, but I'm erect. Wow, got 1 million of them. I'm sorry, guys. The music was good, right? My patrons, Avi, Bill, David, Jeremy, and Mimo. And that is the way he pronounces his name. Makes me happy. And he likes my vibrato, which is rad. So thank you, guys. And if you want to be read like that, quickly, except for the guy at the end, Avi, Bill, David, Jeremy, and Mimo. Thank you very, very much. Now, if you were to do $10 a month, which is choked on the audacity I have to ask for that. If you do $10 a month, you get an extra episode every month. And I just shipped out the new one this weekend. And it wasn't even Led Zeppelin. It was a Queen show from 1977 from the master tape of the bootlegger. Bootlegger? Sounded like bootlicker. No, bootlegger taper. Mike Millard, the famous Mike the Mike. His master tapes have been found, and they're being transferred to digital by this group that is wonderful, that I can't remember the name of now. GEMS, J-E-M-S. The GEMS Trading Group is restoring where necessary and transferring this huge library of pristinely recorded bootleg audio tapes. And this is a Queen show from March of 77, taped by this guy, the same guy that did the LA 77 shows for Zeppelin. You know, Listen to This, Eddie, and Badge Holders Only. That level quality, but Queen. And I did a show about that. And I know it's a Zeppelin podcast or a Jimmy Page podcast, but if you like Zeppelin, you're going to like 70s Queen. I mean, you're going to like, and I didn't go out there and play weird songs, and I shared it with the people. And if you were a $10 a month patron, you would have heard that. So, consider becoming a patron. If you like this shit, if you like the podcast, if it makes you smile every week or almost every week, consider it. All right. Here endeth the lesson. Thank you for listening, my friends. Next week, I don't know what it's going to be. I imagine it will be Led Zeppelin, but who knows? I have some things on the back burner. He's got nothing. They see through me. Okay. I love you guys. Thanks for listening. Enjoy, and I'll talk to you next week. Thank you.